Hey, this is Cory.
I'm Kyle.
And we're with Severed Faith, and you're watching Riff Monster Atlanta.
All right, what's up, you guys? We're here with the guitar players from Severed Faith, and I'm super stoked. These guys just got done playing a killer show here at Little Cottage Brewery. Don't miss it. These guys have killer beer. They actually made a beer for tonight that's like really good. Do you guys remember what it's called? Let's see what's
That's just one of them.
That's one of them.
They have a bunch here.
These guys just killed a show, and I just wanted to tell you guys first off, I enjoyed the hell out of that. That was super cool.
Thanks, man.
Like, man, y'all are one of those bands that whenever y'all play, I'm like, whatever plans I had, I need to cancel them because holy shit. Like,
Appreciate it.
Severed Faith's playing, I have to be there. That's why I wanted you guys at my birthday show, to be honest, because I was like, man, these guys have something, and I love what you guys do. I love what you have, and it's just,
Thank you, man.
it's a thing.
That show was awesome.
It's a thing, yeah.
Yeah, that
It was
birthday show was a lot of
the
fun.
birthday show was fun. It was a little warmer than it is today.
Oh,
Yeah.
Today,
It's our first show outdoors, too.
oh, is it really?
For
Oh my
this
God.
lineup, yeah.
Dude, so it was funny. It was a little warmer earlier, and the wind picked up the second these guys started playing. And I look over at Cory, and Cory's just like, and I'm like, yep, it's that cold. It's that cold.
The challenge,
Yeah,
keeping the digits warm is a little bit of a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
But,
You got to keep your fingers flowing. You know what I mean?
We pulled it off. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was absolutely cold out there, man. And it was fun, though. I mean, we killed it. It was a fun set. I mean, I tried to not be a nerd and like throw a phone in you guys' face when you were trying to shred or something, but
I'm doing your thing, man.
I tried.
Yeah, it's
It's just like us when we're playing.
So y'all tell me, so one of the things I'm curious about is like, when you go about writing riffs for Severed Faith and like writing a song and putting a song together, first of all, who do you guys draw the most inspiration from? Like if you had to say like two bands apiece that we like, when you start writing riffs, sometimes you're like, oh, that kind of sounds like so-and-so, or like, man, I really like that song. Let me see if I can build something off of that. What do y'all go for?
Emperor.
Emperor?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of Emperor. It's probably from both of us, actually.
Yeah. Emperor, and I have a little bit of
Mayhem?
Mayhem. And
I saw those guys. They played like not too long ago at the Masquerade. I think there's only like
2022.
yeah, there's only like one remaining member, their bass player.
The basement.
But I had fun, and Midnight opened for them, and I'd never seen those guys. They're like a blackened punk band or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I don't know. I'm not.
Dude, they put on a killer show.
Yeah.
I walked into that with no expectations, and I left really excited to be there.
That's the best kind of show.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, so Emperor for you. What else?
Emperor, Mayhem, and Death.
Death. Okay. Chuck Schuldiner, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He and I were joking earlier about like I bought a Stealth and I immediately put a DiMarzio X2 in it
With the
because I had to. I was it's Chucky's guitar. Dude, like all their albums are good. What are your two favorite? While we're talking about it,
For Death,
Yeah.
I think Human's probably my top pick.
He said
And then probably Sound of Perseverance.
okay.
Yeah.
it. He said it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say Symbolic,
No, but that was a good too.
dude.
Yeah,
Symbolic is my favorite.
But I listened to the other two a lot more, I guess. So
That one came out in 95, right?
I don't know. I was like 4 years old. Then. I don't
I
know.
was 5, so yeah.
No, dude. There's like.
I turned 12.
I suck at song titles, but the Mountain, what is it? Mountain,
Crystal Mountain.
Crystal Mountain, bro, that came out, and then 10,000 Eyes, I think. Duh. Bro, the first time I put on that the first time I put on Symbolic, I kind of went, oh, this is different. And I was like loving every second of it. And that's what got me into Death.
I was on military base when I was little, and I saw it on the shelf at Target.
No way.
And I asked my mom to get it. She's like, it says Death on it, so no. But later on, when I saw that again, when I got older, I was like, I picked it up. And then I was like, Why didn't I pick it up then? Oh, it's because of my mom.
Oh my god. Well, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
You really inspired my musicality. All right, so what's your top? If you had to pick 2 bands or guitar players, you can even do that are your
I would
main
say-
inspiration.
Well, pertaining to this band, I would say Zyklon's one of them. Right here. Where's it at? Right there.
All right,
That's
all right.
definitely one.
And half
And
of the
then,
members are from Emperor.
Okay.
yeah. So Emperor, I think, is a mention probably for all of us, really, in the band.
Are you guys going to see them soon? They're coming
yeah.
here.
Oh
I
yeah.
bought the VIP tickets for.
Did
Of
you
course
really?
you did. Yeah.
Of course
I'm
you
the
did.
biggest.
But
fan
no, we'll
for
definitely.
Emperor.
I know he and I will be there. I don't know about the other 2, but
I'm curious
I'm
how much the
definitely
VIPs were.
Almost 200.
Were they really? Okay,
That's what I
so
think.
I don't really do like big bands. I do local bands mainly. So I like buy VIP is like for local.
I know, right?
yeah, we know.
Thanks, Devin.
That's the drummer.
The drummer, dude. I'm just gonna interject here. Devin Autry is the drummer. He's the drummer
Drummer
for Severed Faith, and he's an incredible dude. He has his own YouTube channel. Check it out, DMD. He like fixes amps and stuff. He's a guitar wizard. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that's Devin. He didn't want to be on camera, which is fine. I don't give a shit. He's cool. Anyways, okay. So back to Emperor. So
Yep.
$200 for VIPs.
Yes, but you get to have a photo with them. You get like a live set that they give you. It's like a what is that? Like an LP.
Oh yeah,
And I'm excited for that.
that's dope.
That's actually
So-
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and some like extra stuff that they're giving out for free. So I was like, okay.
That's super cool. I've never, the only like buy a VIP thing I've heard about was for Decapitated. Because I really wanted to meet Vogue, because Vogue's like one of my heroes.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, just while we're talking about it, dude, Vogue, we did the VIP thing. Like we went in, they did like their little like sound check or whatever. We got to sit there in awe as they did sound check. But then like they came down and like talked to us. And Vogue is like the most approachable dude in the world.
Yeah.
That's what
I had an Iceman that I wanted to get signed because I know he's like big into Icemans. And I was like, hey, do you guys mind like signing this? And he's like, oh, yeah, you play guitar? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I actually just learned Just a Cigarette off of the last album. He was like, oh, yeah. And I started playing it. He's like, that's not how you play it. Dude, no lie. On the floor of the Masquerade, Vogue gets down on one knee and teaches me how to play this song.
Oh,
And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
what
That's
a cool
cool.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
like it's funny, like the people you see like on YouTube or see like on videos, they're like, oh my God, like he's such a great, guitar player. I aspire to be like that person. When you meet him, like they're just people.
Of
He
course,
just saw
yeah.
me as a guitar player and he was like, oh, I'll show you how to really play it. He like showed me how to play it. And I was like, bro, like, it's just like a weird, like, I never expected that from anybody. Like, but it's just like random. Like he's just like such a cool dude. But dude, I hope the VIP for Emperor is cool because I feel like those are cool dudes and I feel like they'll be personable and talk and whatever. But like, sometimes I see like pictures from like, I don't want to call anybody out, like be weird, but like, sometimes the stuff that I see from Testament is like, you bought the VIP, like you stand in front of the stage and the band is on stage and they take a picture of the whole group when the band's like 25 feet behind them. And they're like, I'm like, dude, I paid $200 and what dollars to like stand in front of the stage. Like, I don't know if that's worth it, but I hope Emperor is that cool. They seem like cool
it's a
dudes.
big package.
Sweet.
I'm talking about probably like 10 lines and stuff. So
That's
I'm just
dope.
excited. I've been waiting over 20 years to see them live, and I finally get to. So
That's cool.
That's just.
It's gonna be a dope show. It's gonna be. Who's
I've
opening
been
for
such a
him?
huge fan.
You guys, right?
Blood Incantation is opening.
You guys, right? Severed Faith?
I wish. I wish.
I think I saw you guys.
Let us open
Yeah.
for you,
Hey, Emperor, Severed Faith
Yeah.
wants to open for you in Atlanta.
please.
These guys would kick ass and would totally set the scene for tonight. So, all right, so those are your two, Emperor, and what is this?
Well, Zyklon.
Okay,
Another one is Opeth.
Opeth.
They're
Dude, Opeth is one of those bands that like everybody I know is like, you should listen to Blackwater or whatever. And I'm like,
Blackwater Park is a life changer for me.
see, I
It
listened
really
to it.
is.
Like, I was
That
talking to
Deliverance.
Alan Strange with Prime Mover. I've known Alan for years, and Alan,
Oh, yeah.
he was like, oh, bro, if you listen to anything, listen to Blackwater Park. And I'm like, All right.
That's the one, man.
I put on
That's the
Blackwater
one.
Park and like I literally the entire thing cover to cover, and I was like,
Let's see.
that's cool.
Well,
I didn't get
I
it.
heard it when it was new, and I was a
See-
young, impressionable teenager in high school when it came out, and it made such an impact on me that
I need to go back and re-listen to it because like I listened to that one, and there was one other album that he said I need to listen to like the 2 Opeth albums you had to listen to. Forget what it was.
Deliverance.
Probably that one. And I was
Those
kind
are
of
my top 2.
I was
picks right
like,
there.
they're cool. They're not bad. I like them.
They were,
But it wasn't
definitely
something I like gravitate towards.
they were game changers for me personally. So
Yeah.
I can't help but
Are they still touring and playing music?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
When they
sound-
come back to Atlanta, I promise you, standing right here at Little Cottage Brewery, I will be at that show because I want to see them live.
I saw them
It may be
live.
different live. You know
I
what I mean?
saw them live in 2003. That's the only time I've seen them.
2003. Let's
Yeah.
see.
At the old Masquerade.
I was 12 years old. 13?
Yeah.
13? How old are you? 38? Yeah.
36.
36? Oh, maybe I was older than. Maybe I was 14 because I'm 38.
2003 was when I was 13.
All right.
I was 19
You were 19?
when
All
I saw
right.
them. Yeah.
Because you're like, what?
My senior year
30?
of high school. Yeah, I'm 30.
He's not over 40.
Yeah.
Nobody's over 40.
No, I stopped at 39. That's it. But no, I'm actually 42.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
I saw them in
youngest one
03.
in the bands. I've always been
cool.
the youngest one in the band. For some reason, I don't know why. God hates me.
Are you younger than Devin?
Yeah.
How old? I don't know how old Devin is.
40?
We're talking
I
shit
think
about
he's
Devin.
about
He's
to
not
be
even
40.
here. I can see him. He's right over there.
If he's not 40 already, he's about
you.
He's like 48.
he's gone.
No.
I don't know where he is.
All right. Let's talk Severed Faith music for a second because we talk a lot about Emperor and really cool bands.
Emperor, the best band.
All right. All right, so let's talk about Severed Faith. When you guys who's Severed Faith? Who the hell are those guys? I was watching you guys set up, and I love y'all's rigs because they're completely different rigs.
Yeah.
I love that your rig is like super analog and like tubes and let's go, baby.
All tube.
And you're like 100% digital,
Katana,
but it works. All right, so Cory, why don't you start? Tell us what's in your rig. What do you build it over?
When it comes to that, Devin did all that for me. I mean, he sold me the head. And he's like, dude, you have to buy this. I was like, okay.
He's like the opposite of a gearhead, honestly. In most
Really?
spots.
yeah. But when he tells me,
I'm somewhere in the middle, and then you and Devin are like up here. So
Well, okay, so you got a PV. I saw a PV Ultra.
yes,
I didn't see the light on today.
it's because of the light.
Oh, present.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about the PV Ultra series is they have a little light up PV emblem, and it's totally stupid, but totally
supposed
cool.
to light up.
It lights up.
it
It's
lights up.
super
Oh, it
stupid,
does?
but it's super
Oh.
cool.
It's because of the sun.
I don't think I ever noticed that, to be
I
honest.
had to look down when I was trying to press on the buttons to see if it was green, yellow, or red. And the red one's the one that you want. So yeah,
Green one's for losers.
green was for clean.
The green one's for losers. The yellow one's for dad rock, and then the red one, that's the good one.
Yeah.
All right. So what's on your pedal board?
Oh, those things are
They're Donner. You got Donner.
yeah,
pedals,
Donner.
right? Yeah.
I bought 4 of them. One was from a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and he was like, "I got 2 for like $25 a piece." I went over there and I asked him. I was like, "I just give you 25 for both." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck it, whatever." So I've loved it ever since then.
That's cool.
And I bought the bag for it too, and the pedal board. for it.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it.
Dude, Donner is like one of those Amazon finds. Like they're like cheap Amazon pedals,
They
but
work
dude,
great.
Donner actually makes really good stuff.
They work
I have one of
great.
their noise gates, and it's killer. It's not as good as like a TC Sentry, but like at the same time, it's also $20,
Right.
and it does the thing.
Kind of the same.
Does
like,
it make your signal quiet? Yes. Congratulations, you have a noise gate. Like it's
Yeah,
like,
it's about akin to like Behringer. You know, it's about the same. You know. So,
it's like cheap gear, man. Like there, a lot of times
and it works.
you need it to do one thing.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for something that like makes like, oh, this can do like 12 different things, and you set it. If you just want like a set it and you remember those like old commercials for the turkey cooker? They're like, set it and forget it. If you need like a, you know what I'm talking about? I forget what that guy's name was, but like, if
Yeah.
sorry.
after that.
If you need a pedal that's like set it and forget it, like what does it do? Boost. Done. What does it do? Noise gate. Done. Like if you need a set it and forget it pedal, Donner makes killer stuff because you don't have to fiddle with it. You just get it like you like it and it's there. It's $20 and it works.
And you need
Yes.
you definitely you gotta have that.
Yes.
So that and the tuner, that's all you need.
Yeah. All day long. All right. So I know you're a katana guy. You're Mr. Digital.
Yeah, but
over
they're
here.
hard to even break. So
Yeah, they got a ton of 100-watt head. Up front, we're running the foot switch baton for that three sets. And then I have Barringtons with it. And then I have the expression with both volume. That's it.
Dope.
That's all I
So
got.
it's just volume.
Yeah, that's
You
all
don't
I
like
got.
you don't do the Kirk Hammett.
No, I'm not really a wall guy. I mean, I can set it up for that, but I'm not really a big wall. I like
I
doing
feel
volume.
anytime anybody uses a wall, I go, okay, Kirk. Like every single time. I don't think the guy's ever played guitar without a wall pedal, to be honest. So okay, so like when you do your katana stuff, do you go online and download, or do you go into the software and make your own?
I go in software, I just make all my own presets and experiment. That's cool.
So inside the katana, what's your go-to like amp cab setting?
I think for my rhythm, as I said, if I remember right, brunch variation channel and a tube stringer. And just like you use.
Cool.
You can put the button on what you do. That's cool.
Is that I'm not as familiar with that. Does that allow you to choose like what cab you want, or is that because you're running into a cab, you don't put in a cab?
You can. There's like different cab modes, like a deep mode and I forget. I think it's modern.
Cool.
And then I just kind of EQ to the cab.
That's cool. I know we were joking earlier about sometimes like guys who run like digi-rigs, like they get to their house and they like say they have like an EVH 212 that they got them like Guitar Center used, and they're like they get their digi-rig like dialed in perfectly for that cab, and then they go play a show and they're like, here's the Marshall 1960, have fun, and it sounds completely different, and then their digi-rig falls apart because it sounds like terrible.
You have to tune to the cab. I mean, the cab's a lot of heavy lifting.
It almost like gives a little bit of credit, which I hate doing because I'm an analog amp guy, but it almost gives a little credit to guys who run like full digi rigs to front of house.
Yeah.
Because their rig has IRs in it already built in.
Yeah.
And so they literally just line out. Yeah. Take this to the board, put it to the speakers, and we're done.
And if it sounds different on that end, it's because of the amp, because of the PA.
Exactly. I always joke with Josh from Violence to something about it because he plays digital stuff, and I'm like, man, they sell like amps that are like, you could like play music for them. He's like, shut up. Like, you just plug your guitar in, like, because I'm an old school amp guy, but like, I understand and I recognize that digital is the way of the future. It's the way of now. And a lot of stuff, like the Bossa Nova, like, you can dial in some killer tones.
I love it.
And it's so easy to just, like, transport.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about, like, oh, shit, my knobs got bumped when I was in the van, whatever. I got to figure out how to dial it in again. Like, no, you just go,
Yeah.
and it's there. Ta-da!
My preset, I work with that is dope.
All right, so what guitars do you run? I saw you were rocking a Schecter today, right?
yes, Schecter, multi-scale, 7-string, and Schecter is the best for that.
Is it really?
A lot more than other brands. Schecter is home for the local.
They're very lefty friendly. Southpaw or wrong-handed, you could say. I can't imagine like being a right-handed nerd, like having to finding a guitar, you're like, that's sick. But then being like, oh, they don't have a left-handed version.
When I first started playing, I started out right, and then I was like, it still said no. So I flipped it over, and they were like, doing it wrong. I'm like, yeah, it's just what you need.
He's like, no,
So
you're doing
I
it.
switched the tip of the nut on there and flipped it over, and
Oh, there you go.
switching strings. And then when I first started playing that, I was like, oh yeah, this is so much better.
The big horn on the bottom.
And I had the whammy bar up here. So now it's
It's like, it's in your armpit. I have a Jimmy Strat that I call my Jimmy Strat. I literally bought a left-handed white Strat that I strung up to play correct-handed, but it's upside down and it just works. I don't know. It's a thing. So, but I get what but the thing with the Strat, too, I don't know if you probably encounter this, too. The Strat, the knobs, where they are, like, that's all I hit is the knobs when I play. So, like, I'll play it and, like, it gradually turns itself down because I'm accidentally hitting the volume knobs.
I even knew that was regular guitar. See, that's why I ditched the volume knob, man. If you look at my guitar, I have it off. That's it. That's it.
Well, that's an Evan special, man.
Me. He did see that.
Oh, okay. So maybe Mr. Kyle, that's his thing.
Yeah, that's, I mean, so for my guitar, I have one pickup, straight to the jack, and this, no knob, there's no cat, there's no anything. There's a cat, put a mouse with EF cat on the jack. Okay.
Because else it's just like,
Yeah, right, it rolls off with both marshes to the hot.
it's weird. I wired up like a super hot humbucker one time, just straight to the output jack. And I started playing it, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh my, there's so much highs. There's so much highs. But that's the day that I realized that like potentiometers and capacitors like roll a little bit off. So like the 10K to 15K range doesn't like make your ears bleed if you turn it up.
Yeah, the 1000 PF cap on the jack rolls off just the tiniest bit of live. That's what I'm on my microphone. Hell yeah. And then the kill switch, you know.
I know you probably only play one pickup, but there's another pickup there.
I do.
Do you ever play the neck pickup ever?
None of this thing.
One of the so like on mine or what sometimes what I'll do because I don't use neck pickup hardly ever, but when I do, it's because I'm doing like some bluesy riffs or something. Yeah. So one of the things that I found in mine is I'll pull the screws out of the humbucker, so I just have the slugs. So it essentially makes it a humbucking single player. Yeah. If that makes any sense. And I flip it so that the poles are closer to the deck. It sounds totally stupid, I know.
Yeah, I was kind of like, how's it?
It essentially makes a hum canceling Strat neck pickup out of a humbucker. And so if I ever use a neck pickup, I want it to have that like bubbly Strat on its own. Well, you guys are just straight up, so like whatever.
Death black all the way.
Who needs a neck pickup? Throw it in the trash.
That's the other thing is we finished our EP and on the next one we like totally like black metal and
A lot more black.
a lot more black. More
Is it
black.
really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's modern. I don't know how to explain it. I guess you could just say anthems to welcome at guts.
Okay. Okay, so that's a perfect lead-in because the next thing I was going to talk about is, holy hell, you guys have an EP coming out and I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah.
I may or may not have accidentally stumbled upon the artwork for it, and it may or may not be absolutely incredible. And it may or may not be drawn by someone who's standing right in front of us. I'm really excited. So listen, nobody knows this about me. I have 2 college degrees. One of them is an art major. That cover is dope. He's like the sleeper of the art community here in the metal scene. Like, this dude, is it all pen and ink?
Yeah, it's black ink.
You did the pencil and then the ink.
Yeah, I do really light skate. There's over here, the bass idea, and then I just go.
I want to get you connected, seriously, this is like for real. I want to get you connected with Steven from Alice's. Steven is an artist as well. So, and I want to get y'all connected because I feel like y'all would do, if y'all could do like a collab thing for like an Atlanta, even if it's just for a concert flyer. Yeah. Because like his style would go really well together.
He's really good at it.
The only problem with me is I just so fucking long.
That's okay. Steven showed me like, I was at his house the other day and he showed me, he was like, well, this is this and it's not finished yet. This is this and it's not finished yet.
It'll take me.
But that's like being an artist. Like, I don't know a single painting that I've ever done that's actually done today.
Right, like
You know what I mean? Like, when is it? When is it actually done? When is an art piece ever actually done?
It's hard to say.
exactly.
I feel like
you just go, I guess.
I feel like there was a single distinguishing factor between. This is totally off topic, but if there was a single distinguishing factor between like visual art and audio art, is that audio art has a finish. You record it, you send it, and it's done. Visual art, you can always look at it and go, I kind of wish there was shading there.
Yeah.
You can go back and like.
Even with recordings too, I'll go back and
But that's what every band after they finish the album and they release it within 6 months to a year or more, they're like, shit on there. But that's the beauty of it. That just comes creative and
So tell me, okay, so we've been talking about your new album that's coming out. Album EP, I don't know what it's different. 3 tracks. It's gonna be dope. The Holy Trinity. Oh, the Holy Trinity. The EP, the Unholy Trinity. All right, so let's just talk about this then. Because I love the last album EP. I don't know the difference. I'm a weird one. Yeah. When Malice Divine came out, like, if you had to talk about sonically what the difference is, how does it shift from Malice Divine and like to the next step? What's the next step for you guys?
okay, so with the old stuff, we ended that, I wrote a long time ago, and it was meant for somebody else, but we used it because I brought that because I've had Sympathy for years, like this. And I brought it back, and then so we went from there. We started some of the old stuff. We're trying to get that out of the way, but we could focus more on some new stuff, and so people could see what we're doing.
That's cool. So, like, in terms of writing, how did you guys approach that differently than you did Alpine?
That would be
well, yeah. Well, the new EP, there's one song here that I go.
Cool.
That's all.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And,
it's the one called what, like Snuggle Bears and what?
I'm
just messing with
it's Fluffy Kittens.
Fluffy Kittens and Snuggle Bears. That's the one. No, it's called Subarus. Ode to a Subaru.
there you go. I like that one.
All right, what is it?
It's called Jade.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something. As far as that's the first song that I had to write. Yeah. Now Divine was all well. He wrote Mouthpiece. He had the track, but that was just an indie. But the other tracks on that were old songs that he had.
I like to have everybody's talent to put the through there. I don't want to get the name right. I am, but I also want whatever somebody else gets, I want to put that forward for them. It's like shows that somebody wants to see that as a film.
Yeah, I don't even know that Kyle's a damn good guitar player. Yeah. I don't even know that.
But that's what every guitarist player is going to say.
All right. So I'll spill the beans for a second. If I had to look at a single solitary Seventh Faith that I love, I don't ever remember titles, but it's the one with the gray cover. It looks like it's in a swamp.
Black Rose.
Yeah,
that one. Okay, so
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like if I'm like, let's listen to Seventh Faith, it's either that one or the blue cover.
Yeah, we played a few songs.
Yeah, we played that one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite because. So I had Silver Faith a long time ago, and then I bought it back, and I did it as a solo project, and then. Devin came up to me and said, "Hey, why don't we start that?" Okay, so but I wrote that time. And at the time, it was like very emotional to me, very impact on my life, and I'm very proud of that. So I put like, because I was when I was writing it up, I thought it was going to be my last. So I put my 110%. Wow. So when I did that, I was like, I'm going all out. And that's what I did. And then Devin came up to me when I was in that previous band. It's like, let's start making. So I'm like, all right, cool, we'll do that. And then the new stuff that I created was Purple Shovel Band.
Got you.
So we just went ahead and started using that.
That's cool.
I don't want to say the name.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, that's cool as hell, though. Like, I haven't listened to a single Seventh Faith song and I've been like, oh, man. Because they've all got some killer hook or some riff that I'm like, even if it starts out, I'm like, I'm just gonna be quiet with you guys. Even if it starts out, I'm like, like the first minute, I'm like, kind of cool. I know that song has a killer hook coming and a riff coming, and I'm like, I'm sticking around for that shit. Like, there's seriously, or it's a song that like kicks off and it's just like, and it's in your face, and you're just like, I love it. I love every bit of it. And it's just like, I feel like every band, I feel like all of us have a band and like they love it. And you start and you're like, you hear something new and you're like, cool. But then it kicks in and you're like, there it is. I feel like a lot of Severed Faith stuff is like that for me where I'll be like, oh, I know it's getting good. Yeah. I know it's getting good. And like,
I'm really good.
15, 20 seconds in and I'm like, dope.
That's the thing you got to deal with, right? You gotta find your own songs. Because
I'm such a groove metal nerd. Like I don't listen to a lot of black metal. It's just not like my go-to. There's several black metal bands, especially local ones that I really like. But you guys, I feel like, bridge the gap between black metal and everybody else. Because once you get to everybody else, you get death metal, thrash metal, you get whatever. You guys don't get into the samey slam down thing with breakdowns after breakdowns after breakdowns, which is great because nobody should do that. But nobody should do that. Write a song. Anyways. Sorry, that was a tangent. But you get what I'm saying. But Severed Faith does a good job of doing like black metal, and then it's not all just like, let's play minor triads and slide them up, kind of like chromatically up and down the neck. Like, cool, like every other band in the world's done that. Like, do something else. You guys always do something else. That's killer.
We like fucking riff, man. Yeah.
Dude, all right. So, when is the album drop? Do we have a date? EP. When is the EP drop? Because there's no such thing as an album. Because Randy is into the difference. When is the single drop?
Still to be determined.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
So what I want to see you guys do a set anywhere in Atlanta with icons and make the double duty.
I mean, we've talked about it.
Because his brain would have to shift from drums to guitar.
Down to do it with the right.
Then he'll do it.
He'll do it. We'll see.
I can only imagine for Devin would have to switch from drum to guitar.
Yeah.
It's a whole
big
brain
difference.
shift.
Oh yeah.
If we could do like a back-to-back icons severed with like a 10-minute setup in between and just watch him go.
Oh yeah. But what would you do first? Drum for me.
Ooh.
But you'd be worn out if you did drums first, right? What are you gonna do?
Probably so.
I feel like maybe also get the. I feel like you'd want to do guitar first.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
If it was me, that's what I would want.
Drums is way more physically involved.
Sacred icon.
Separate icons. Icons of faith. That sounds like a Catholic church.
Yeah, no.
Welcome to the Icons of Faith. Thank y'all so much for hanging out and talking with me for a minute. We're not like super professional. I don't even have a goodbye tagline yet. Because I'm not that guy. I don't care. I could just say bye and turn the damn cameras off. I don't care. You know what I mean? I love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys want to do a tagline? You want to make up a stupid, hokey tagline for "See you later"?
I don't have it.
I don't know.
This has been Severed Faith, and get severed.
Hey,